The day my birthday became yours. It was my birthday, but the celebration felt quiet. We sat in the living room, the glow of a single candle on a small cake casting long shadows against the walls. You were still a secret tucked away inside, a promise we were waiting to meet. Your mom smiled at me, but I could see the tiredness in her eyes, the kind that comes from carrying a whole world for 9 months. Later that evening, the air in the room seemed to shift. The easy rhythm of the night broke when your mom grew still. She didn't say much at first, just placed her hand on the curve of her belly and looked at me. "Something feels different," she whispered. It wasn't a cry of pain, just a quiet realization that the clock had started ticking in a way it hadn't before. The drive to the hospital was a blur of streetlights and soft rain. We didn't talk much, we just held hands over the center console. I kept thinking about how this was supposed to be my day, a day about getting older. But as we walked through those heavy hospital doors, I realized my day didn't matter anymore. We were there for you. The room was bright and smelled of antiseptic. A kind doctor came in and ran a sensor over your mom's belly. The room went quiet as we watched the monitor. "The fluid is low," the doctor explained softly. "We need to help him along." They called it an induction. Suddenly, our slow wait turned into a focused mission. The hours began to stretch and fold into one another. The monitors hummed a steady, rhythmic song, the sound of your heart beating, strong and stubborn. I sat by the bed, holding your mom's hand through every wave of change. I felt so small in that room, watching her navigate a kind of strength I will never truly understand. Outside the window, the world went about its business. People went to work, cars hummed down the street, and the sun began to climb. I stayed in the corner of the room, watching the light change on the floor. I felt helpless, watching her labor, but I stayed anchored by a single, glowing hope that soon I would finally know who you were. The afternoon brought a change in plans. The doctors spoke in hushed, decisive tones about a C-section. Safety was the only word that mattered. I squeezed your mom's hand one last time before they wheeled her away. "I'll see you both soon," I promised, my voice thick with a mix of fear and an incredible, soaring anticipation. Then, amidst the sterile white and the muffled sounds of the operating room, I heard it. A cry. Not a loud roar, but a sharp, clear announcement of life. When they brought you over to me, wrapped tight like a little burrito, the world stopped moving. You were tiny, perfect, and so very real. "Hello, Mango," I whispered. I brought you over to your mom. She looked exhausted, her hair damp and her face pale. But when she saw you, she looked like she had conquered the world. I watched her hold you for the first time, and I felt a debt of gratitude so deep I couldn't find the words for it. She had brought you here, through the long night and the sudden morning. My birthday was ending, and yours was just beginning. I used to think a birthday was about me, about my life and my years. But holding you in that quiet room, I realized I didn't need another gift ever again. My day had become yours, and it was the best trade I ever made. Welcome home, Mango. You are the greatest thing I've ever known.